Michael Danby. Michael, always great to see you. An extraordinary day. You must be very pleased. I want to hear your thoughts. We just had Penny Wong calling for de-escalation in her time-honoured fashion. What do you make of what has happened in the last 12, 24 hours? And what are the chances of peace in the Middle East?
Just as you guys said, it's a momentous time. For biblical kinds of people, I'd get them to look at Ezekiel 25:17. But back in the world of realpolitics, you'll never see another operation like this. It's so extensive all over Iran. The Americans have obviously been shared Israeli intelligence, and they've hit Iranian missile depots in far-out places in eastern and northern Iran, which no one even knew were there. So this is good for the peace of the region, for the peace of the world. The Saudis and the UAE and Qatar and Bahrain are being hit a bit. They were protesting that they didn't want the Americans to do it. But just like Ilhan Omar, John Lyons and the irrelevant people in history, this is a great day for the Iranian people. Let's hope they can establish a democratic regime, and that Persia, which is such a wonderful culture, an ancient culture, that they're able to rejoin the civilised world. So, well, wouldn't it be great, Rowan, if we can have a cup of tea together or a coffee in Tabriz?
Absolutely. We're going to do that. We're going to do a live show with Rita and James, and we'll get Michael over there as well. We're going to be at Isfahan or somewhere like that. Michael, you got us all on tenterhooks now. What was it, Ezekiel 25:7? What was it?
17.
Come on.
25:17.
Come on,
I've got it right here.
Beans.
I've got it right here. But no, Michael, you go.
Michael, off you go.
It's where the God of Abraham takes vengeance for all of the people who've attacked him
I can read it.
and his people.
Rita's got it. Rita's going to give us the real thing.
I will execute great vengeance on them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon them.
Well, it's called Epic Fury, isn't it? The American thing, and Roaring Lions, so lions roar. OK, Rita.
I've always got the Bible verses at hand on the phone. Fantastic. Australia's involvement, though, is going to be minor. What sort of support do you expect our government to give the US-Israel alliance going forward?
None. Maybe rhetorical, if we're lucky. At least they won't be announcing a recognition of more non-existent states in the middle of this conflict. But back in the real world, isn't it fantastic to hear Vladimir Zelensky say that he feels like Ezekiel 25:17? There are 50,000 Iranian Shahed drones that have killed civilians all across cities in Ukraine over the last 4 years. How must the Ukrainians feel if this is going to stop and no more of those drones are going to be shipped to the Russians? The Russians and the Chinese are the real losers here because Iran was part of their alliance, and Hezbollah, the Houthis and Hamas will eventually lose the source of their money. Even last year, after being attacked and weakened, Hezbollah received $1 billion from people in Iran, where the poor Iranian people don't have water in Tehran because of the incompetence of the mullahs.
James.
And Michael, just in terms of Iran's ability to project power, even to Australia, I mean, we know the whole story about the kicking out of the ambassador here, but around the world we have seen stories about Iranian interference, influence operations, being behind much of the anti-Semitism that's been around the place at universities in the United States and Australia, around the West. Is there a hope that if we get rid of this regime, that then this source of malign influence in Western cultures is also cut off?
Absolutely, James. The devious Iranian Islamic Revolutionary Guards employed criminals all over the world because they didn't have a network, and they got the crims to attack Jewish targets and other targets in Sweden and in Australia. Thank heavens that the government listened to ASIO and expelled the Iranian ambassador. But how outrageous is it, guys, that the Iranian Mullah regime attacked synagogues and childcare centres in Australia in order to enforce their foreign policy? It's just, the whole world will be glad to be rid of these people. And it's not over. Let's hope that the Americans and Israelis don't listen to the naysayers and that they finish the job. We don't want de-escalation, Penny Wong. We want victory for the people of Iran and for the peace of the world.
And Michael, we're going to just want you to hear Anthony Albanese's comment. I think we've got that to play to you. Just have a listen and we'll get your reaction. It's a statement. So Anthony Albanese's statement, have a listen. No graphic? OK. OK, fine. OK, great. Where's the statement? Let's have a look at it. Have we got it? OK, here we go. Rita's going to read it out.
Yes,
she's got the best
support the
voice.
United States acting to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon and to prevent Iran continuing to threaten international peace and security. So, it goes on. Australia stands with the brave people of Iran in their struggle against oppression. For decades, the Iranian regime has been a destabilising force through its ballistic missile and nuclear programs, support for armed proxies and brutal acts of violence and intimidation. I think whatever we say about Anthony Albanese and how incoherent and weak he can appear at times, that was a pretty strong statement. But then we've got the foreign minister coming out urging de-escalation. So again, we're back to incoherent.
What's going on, Michael?
I think Alban's statement is better. I think what's happened, Rowan, is that this whole anti-Semitism thing has got completely out of hand, and I think Albo's become a bit alarmed. I think a lot of the Australian establishment in Canberra were very angry when they found out that the Iranian intelligence service was carrying out these terrorist attacks in Australia, and it's really turned them a bit against them. Now, obviously, they're offering only rhetorical support, but as Rita says, that's a better statement than the foreign ministers.